The rape of Medusa. I just wanted to share a few things with my fellow MGTOW with regards to Medusa and why I have made such a video. There are some interesting things that come from feminism which have tried to change and influence what the modern world perceives Medusa to be and how Medusa came to be, the actual monster with snakes in her head. When you realise the actual changes that feminism has tried to make to the story, it makes one sick to his stomach. In the original legend or Greek myth, Medusa was actually a pretty girl with golden hair. She was a priestess from Athena's city, Athena in the Greek myth being the daughter of Zeus. The myth without the herbs and spices explains the following, quote, "Before Medusa was turned into a monster, she was very beautiful. Medusa and Poseidon had an affair and decided to make love in Athena's temple. Athena was so offended, she turned Medusa into a monster with snakes for hair. Athena then helped Perseus kill Medusa. After cutting off Medusa's head, 2 offspring came out." Unquote. With regards to as to why Medusa had sex with Poseidon, that's pretty much it. Quote, "Medusa had an affair and decided to make love in Athena's temple." Unquote. I understand that it's just Greek mythology, but that's actually one of my points. If it's only Greek mythology, which goes back thousands of years, then why has a story been manipulated, or the attempts of manipulation of the story been made by feminists? There is an abundant amount of information that's so easy to find on the internet that suggests that Medusa was raped. Medusa was never raped. The story clearly states that they had an affair. Why would anyone want to even draw such a pathetic conclusion from an ancient story suggesting such a pathetic thing? Is there something that feminists have found out about Medusa and Poseidon's relationship? Did they find some ancient book or carvings or maybe some cave paintings that may imply that Medusa was drunk when she consented to having sex with Poseidon, thereby implicating Poseidon with a rape charge? Is it because Medusa could not really have consented because she was intoxicated? What if Poseidon was intoxicated as well? Do they have an arrest warrant for Poseidon? If you start from Wikipedia and trace back to other sources, you will find an abundant amount of information that states that Medusa was raped by Poseidon. New stories that have completely altered, twisted and manufactured a new story from an ancient myth just for the sake of adding rape to a story. Even the Greek mythical gods could not have sex. It would have to be deemed as rape. Conjecture that would be objected to and thrown out of the closest window, real quick and snappy. Beth Seelig analysed the story of Medusa and concluded that Medusa was punished from the aspect of the crime of having been raped, rather than having willingly consented in Athena's temple. Is Beth Seelig serious? What kind of psychoanalysis is this? Wow, so I'm supposed to believe that Athena, who is a female, would punish another female for being raped? Are you serious? Which person in their right mind would even dare to say such a pathetic thing without looking stupid? Would it not make sense, just as the original story states, that Medusa had sex, yes, intercourse, you know, that thing that 2 people do when they desire someone or just want to have fun or want to make babies, in Athena's temple? You see, this was Athena's temple. This is why Athena got so offended. Just plain, logical, rational sense. Athena has some ground rules. Don't have sex in my temple or else. The blind automatic sympathy that feminists have towards even mythical female creatures proves that misandry is deep and rife, even within the psychological industry. What's next? Are feminists going to blame Zeus for the so-called patriarchy? The myths are there in black and white. The stories are clear enough to be able to get a picture of what was trying to be expressed in enough detail so that one can understand what was being portrayed by the storyteller. Stop hijacking these stories. Where will they stop? What's next? Now that religio-traditionalism has been destroyed, are they going to come up with more conjecture? Are they going to say that God raped Mary? I am not dwelling into the territory to offend anyone. I'm being serious. I respect all faiths, even atheists that choose not to believe in God. But these people have no boundaries. They will stop at nothing to violate the rights of men, or at least paint men as evil wrongdoers and rapists. Look around you. People that do worship a god, or even gods for that matter, are being attacked and have been attacked for the last few decades, ever since the church and state were separated and ever since feminism arose. Whether it was for good reason or bad reason, it is irrespective. In their eyes, anything that sticks and can be used to put men in an evil light will be used. The modern, twisted feminist version of the Medusa story is a classical example.